with no regard for what's wrong and right, illuminating the nights of our despair, inviting us into its circle of care. Make kindness Good morning. Morning. We invite you to take your seats and prepare for this morning's service. Thank you. On behalf of the Worship Committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. I'm your service leader, Deb Matherly. Today we look ahead to our congregation's 2026 Michael Sullivan Share the Plate selection. Each year, members and friends nominate and vote for local charities whose work reflects our values. 11 are chosen to receive half of our plate collections for 1 month each, and the 12th month supports the minister's discretionary fund. For today's service, we lift up the values of justice, equity, and transformation as we welcome 2 guest speakers from local charities, Calleen Soper from Transitions Homeless Center and Lizzy Van Harn from More Justice. We want you to stay connected with our community. Recurring events are listed in the calendar in your order of service, but special events are coming up too. Every Thursday, we email a newsletter with details. Make sure we have your email address. You can also find our events on our website, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't miss our special announcements at the end of today's service. We warmly welcome families with children and offer childcare during our service for infants and children up to 4 years old. We also have a designated seating area in the sanctuary for children ages 4 to 7 and their parents or caregivers, so feel free to bring toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. Today, children will remain in the service with their parents or caregivers. So please silence all devices as we center ourselves on today's service and listen to the prelude.
It's my pleasure today to introduce David Roof as our special tuba soloist, and he'll introduce our prelude, Ordner Seg, It'll Be All Right, by Øystein Badsvik.
All right, this piece is by Øystein Badsvik, probably the most famous Norwegian tuba soloist in the world, possibly the only. He's currently president of the International Tuba Euphonium Association, and I saw him in Valencia, Spain this July. It's a very nice piece of music, and if you like this, go look him up on YouTube. He's got a lot of stuff out there, and it's all interesting.
Thank you so much, David and Hannah. Please rise in body or in spirit and join me in the congregational covenant in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, seek knowledge in freedom, and serve others in community. Thus do we covenant with one another. Please be seated. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. Our community is founded on deeds, not creeds. We are a covenantal religion, meaning we don't have to believe the same to treat each other the same, with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. We place love at the center of our values, embracing and welcoming all people. We're delighted to welcome our guests and visitors today, and Bonnie will be passing the microphone. And visitors, please wait for the microphone before speaking and share your name and where you're from when it's your turn. And if you have guests, please feel free to introduce them as well. Okay? Okay.
These are my guests and our guests. This is Lizzy Van Horn and her fiance, Maren Creasman.
Okay.
And they are here to share information about more justice in a little while. And we're happy that they're here.
I am so happy and excited to have my New York family here. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Rebecca's first son, Reed, and my partner Annette and I are down to visit her for the weekend, and glad again to get to see her church family and friends that we know love her dearly, as we do.
All right. Okay. Well, visitors, if you'd like to learn more about UUCC, visitor cards are the pockets in the back of each chair. And please fill one out and place it in the collection plate so we can email you about our events. Our board members and committee chairs welcome everyone's questions and comments, and board members wear green name tags. Thank you for being here. Today's chalice lighter is Kate Noel Wells, who originally joined us in 2008 and happily rejoined in 2024 when her family moved back to Columbia after nearly a decade away. She participates in the CYRE committee and in choir at UUCC. Spirit of light and life, come unto us. Yeah.
Our opening hymn is number 29, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. We welcome Kevin McKinney joining us on trumpet. Please rise in body or spirit to join in singing.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love.
Okay, all right. Okay, to present our opening words today, I'm pleased to welcome Calleen Soper, or Cal, from Transitions Homeless Center.
Hello, everyone. My opening words are, I have the audacity to believe that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education, and culture for their minds, and dignity and equality and freedom for their spirits. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
And now we invite the children to come forward to join Connie Quirk for a story for all ages. Do I need to get to the, I need to come to the mic? Or?
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you both. Two is better than none, huh? Well, today we're going to read Stillwater and Koo, Save the World. Have you ever read any of Stillwater and Koo books? Yes?
I think so.
Well, and Miss Bonnie's going to turn the pages for us. Okay? This is Koo. Koo stretched fuzzy toes and paws and yawned. Next one. Good morning, said Stillwater. Good morning, Uncle. Warm and sweet smells woke me up. It is breakfast time, right? Said Koo. Here comes another one. Hey, Lyndon. Yes, said Stillwater. What would you like to do today? Something important. You ever woken up and wanted to do something important? He says, fix all the things that are wrong. Let us save the world, said Koo, taking a bite of his waffle. That's a very big idea, said Stillwater. Whoops.
I think I got it.
Breakfast was so good. Waffles are my favorite. Let us get to work, said Koo. Okay, said Stillwater. Maybe we can begin by tidying up your room. Anybody hear that before? When I put my things where they go, I feel happy. Not so jumbled up, said Koo. Do you feel that way when your room is clean? Stillwater said, oh, oops. Jasper came to help. He likes to sleep in the sun. See, Jasper? He might be hungry, said Koo. Stillwater said, let's feed him and maybe change his litter box. Jasper might like to be brushed, too. When we are finished, we can visit the fish pond. Yeah. They're not, it is difficult backwards. So here's the fish pond. I wonder, said Koo, do fish swim knowing how very, very big the vast ocean is? That's a wonderful question, Stillwater said. Let's think about it. Meanwhile, we can clear the leaves and feed the fish. Leaves. Let's be certain no one goes to sleep hungry in the whole wide world, said Koo. Still, we make a welcome gift for our new neighbors. Let's make a welcome gift for our new neighbors, said Stillwater. What kind of gift would you make for your neighbors if they just came in? Food, that's a good idea. What kind of food, maybe?
Maybe like some desserts.
All right, let's see what he makes. He's pretty busy. Can you see how busy he is on this page? He's got eggs. He looks pretty tired, doesn't he? All right. You want to guess maybe what he made? He has to have a bowl, and he's looking at the recipe, and he's using eggs, and he has to whip it up. Anybody have an idea?
There are lots of things you can make with that.
There are lots of things you can make with that. That's a good point. Ready. Let's see. Whoops, we've missed it. No, we didn't. I missed it. It's right there. Can you see what he made? What did he made? A cake. Thank you for the cake. Said, I can't read it yet. Said the Sanams, we feel so welcome in our new neighborhood, Mrs. Sanam said. Stillwater and Koo wish them a good day and hope they would see them again soon. What are they on?
Bicycles.
Yeah. Do you have bicycles?
Yeah.
The Sanam family loved your cake, said Stillwater. Making a good cake that you want to be just right is not so easy, said Koo. On their bike ride, Koo told Stillwater, I woke from a dream. I'm worried about the world. How can we fix it? These are big feelings. Let's stop here for a moment, says Stillwater. Now. They stick together, these pages. The world is so big, but in my dream, it wasn't. It was delicate, Koo said. The world is delicate. It is our home, and it takes care of us. We must always, every day, make our best effort to take care of the world and each other, said Stillwater. Next. Uncle, there's a truck. And Mama and baby ducks. Look, up on the road, Koo pointed. Koo was right. Stillwater saw a mother duck and her ducklings about to cross the road. A truck was coming, and the duck family was in danger. You see them? They're really tiny. Okay. So what do you think's going to happen?
They're going to save the ducks.
They're going to save the ducks. Let's see. That's right. Stillwater ran towards the road. Koo was right behind. Stop! So Stillwater's stopping the car, and Koo's doing what?
Helping the ducks cross.
Helping the ducks cross the street. There they go. With arms wide like a crossing guard, Koo escorted the baby ducklings to the other side of the road. Save the world, one duck at a time. I don't believe fish know how big the ocean is. They just do their best, said Koo. Yes, said Stillwater. Is saving the world even possible at all? I'm still not sure, said Koo. Stillwater smiled. My big-hearted Koo, you did so many things today that made the world a better place. Each time you do something, you save the world a little bit. And you will do a little bit more tomorrow. And that's it.
Is that the end?
That's the end. Anybody think of something they can do today that might save the world a little bit?
Yeah, we can help by, by making sure people know which one's the trash can and which one's the recycling.
That's wonderful. And you could do that just after the service, can't you? Because we're having a potluck. Well, that's our story for today. Thanks for sitting here and
Okay.
Get up.
So thank you. Now is our time for candles of community. And if you have a personal joy, sorrow, or concern to share from this pulpit, please email or text our administrator by noon on Friday. You can also pick up a candle in the foyer before the service to share in person. We'd also like to let everyone know that we have an active caring committee whose members wear yellow name tags and are available for those in need. So if you have a candle, please come forward to share your joy or concern. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Linda Brennison, and today I have a candle of both concern and joy. This candle is for Richard McLeod, who suffered 2 small strokes this past Monday, August 25th. He was hospitalized for 3 days, where 2 clots were found in 2 different areas of the brain. Fortunately, there has been no apparent damage, but he has been put on medication to dissolve the clots and is also being monitored for a slow heart rate. He is doing well, but being cautious about activity. Please keep Richard and Linda in your thoughts as they consider how to move forward considering this new event in their lives. Thank you.
Well, I just learned an important lesson, and that is something bad's going on, all you have to do is duck. But anyway, so I have a couple of concerns and a joy. I don't know how many of you knew Joan Amundsen. She came here regularly for many years, and her ex-husband, Bob, did a sermon one time. Anyway, he just died this last week. So that was one. And then the guy who was the administrator of the program that I had when I was in Wisconsin, his wife also just died this week. On the joy side, my daughter is coming to Charleston this week, so I won't be here next week because I'll be in Charleston, and hopefully my wife as well. So anyway, that's a story, and I'm sticking to it.
Good morning, I'm Kate Noel Wells, and this is a joy 3 years in the making. I think I've mentioned to people that I had a book coming, and it is here, so I am very excited. Thank you. It doesn't officially release till September 9th, but it's been really, really fun to see it. I like getting good read reviews, and people will text me that they've just pre-ordered it, and we've had a couple of chances to promote it already, and I'm just really thrilled with the reception it's getting. We had a little preview party, we called it, in Cincinnati when we were up there a couple weeks ago, and my parents' neighbors came and bought a book, which was really nice and everything, and that neighbor came and knocked on their door a couple days later and said, "This is a really good book, can I buy more copies?" And then Cadence and I went up to a small book fair in Lancaster, which I'm told I say wrong, sorry. Also a couple weeks ago, and we did not know what to expect. We showed up with like a rinky-dink card table and a couple boxes, whereas some of the authors there had big banners and this or that. And about halfway through, she came over and whispered to me, "Mama, I feel really bad for these other authors. I don't think anyone is selling as much as we are." And I think she was right. I think we probably were the best-selling one there out of the dozen that were there. So I'm just really, really thrilled that it's getting a good reception, and I hope I'll get chances to share it with all of you. I'll put it in the announcements, but we do have a book reading coming up at All Good Books in 5 Points on September 13th. So thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Renee. This is a candle of joy and self-accomplishment and a pat on my own back and maybe motivation. So I've been doing the state parks, visiting each one. There's 48 in the state currently. There will be another addition for a new one in September or October. But as of yesterday, I completed visiting all 48 since January 1st. And so I did 48 state parks in 8 months, which was great. Now we do scavenger hunts. So if you want to go with me and you want to become an ultimate outsider like I got to become yesterday, or you just want to, run away from work one day or something, let me know. I'm really good at that game. But I would love to take you along too. And if you want to enjoy nature or just get active, I was not before I moved here. So it's been wonderful, and really grateful for the state parks and would love to share it with anybody who wants to. Thanks.
Good morning. I would like to take this opportunity to remember when Katrina came to New Orleans 20 years ago this weekend. Remember how the people were stuck, abandoned, and when help was sent in by the troopers, they came with their guns pointing instead of their hands open to help the people. To remember all of the children, mothers, daughters, fathers who died, and to remember those who were not able to go back to their neighborhood, to their culture. So last week was the water remembrance where we had everybody come up and pour water, and I thought about sharing just a snippet of a spiritual that has been come down through the years. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's done troubled the water. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Today I'm doing a candle of concern. If you have any ties to the Catholic Church or Catholicism or have just been reading the news, there was a shooting in Minneapolis in a Catholic school, and I believe 4 people passed away, and they were children, and then many people got injured. And if you know me, you know that I've been going to a Catholic school for about 3 years now, and in Cardinal Newman, they have police walking the halls just because parents are very concerned. And this is just a candle to say that I know here a lot of us have been, protesting and working for at least some regulation on weapons, because I think that this is just, this and many other shootings that happen every day and, all the time is just a reminder that, just like how scary the world can be. And, these children are just trying to go to mass, just trying to pray. And, I think that this is just a candle. I know in the Catholic Church, we're all praying for them, and I know that not everyone here prays, but just hold space in your heart for the children we lost in Minneapolis. So, yeah.
Thank you. Finally, we light one candle for all of their unspoken joys and concerns. And let us pause for a few moments to ponder what we've heard. Okay. Thank you all for sharing. So let us focus on three of our Unitarian Universalist values: justice, equity, and transformation, as we hear from Calleen Soper, or Cal. Cal is a graduate student at the University of South Carolina and the development intern at Transitions Homeless Center. Transitions is the Midlands' largest homeless services center. Transitions provides shelter, meals, medical care, and job training to help people move from crisis to stability. Okay, Calleen?
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Calleen Soper and I serve on the development team at Transitions Homeless Center right here in Columbia. It's a blessing to be with you today to share not only about the work of Transitions, but also the heart behind what we do and why it matters to me personally. Transitions is the Midlands' largest homeless center, and our mission is simple yet powerful. We exist to help men and women move from homelessness to permanent housing. We are more than just a shelter, we're a community of support. Every day, people come through our doors carrying burdens that many of us cannot imagine. At Transitions, we meet them where they are and walk alongside them as they rebuild. We provide safe shelter, meals, showers, medical care, counseling, workforce training, and most importantly, hope. But we do not stop at survival. We want to see our clients thrive. Our programs are designed to guide individuals step by step, from the street to stability, and from crisis to independence. Since opening our doors in 2011, over 40,000 people have found a path to permanent housing through Transitions. You might be surprised to know how many services are a part of our work. At any given time, around 260 men and women live on site at Transitions. Clients receive 3 meals a day, health care through our clinic, and individualized case management. We have over 50 partners who help make this possible. We focus on employment and education. Our Road to Work program helps clients learn how to apply for jobs, prepare for interviews, and sustain employment once they are hired. We also offer literacy programs because education is a key to opportunity. In addition, we provide mental health resources, substance use treatment, and life skills training. These services address the root cause of homelessness so that when someone leaves Transition, they leave not only with a roof, but with the tools to succeed in life. People often ask me why I chose this work. For me, it comes down to a deep belief in dignity. Every single person deserves to be seen, heard, and valued. I have realized how close any of us could be to losing stability. Sometimes it is one illness, one lost job, one tragic event, or one unexpected setback away. The truth humbles me and drives me to do this work. Through my time at Transitions, I have learned the stories behind the statistics. I've met people who are working hard to rebuild their lives, and I've seen the pride in their faces when they take steps forward. Whether it is moving into housing, getting a job, or regaining confidence, those moments are what keep me motivated. They remind me that hope is always possible, no matter what the circumstances. I pursued nonprofit development because I wanted to use my voice and my skills to connect people and resources. I've always believed storytelling has the power to change hearts. At Transitions, every success story is a living proof of what can happen when a community cares. I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to stand in the gap, to advocate for those whose voices are often ignored, and to remind others that homelessness is not an identity. It is a circumstance, and circumstances can change. Now here's where you come in, churches, communities, neighbors. You are the heartbeat of change. The Bible tells us in James that faith without work is dead. And in this city, in this moment, our works can breathe life into those who feel forgotten. So how can we motivate others? By leading with compassion, see the person before the problem. By sharing stories, discuss transitions, talk about the people you meet, and talk about the differences you see. By giving what you can, that may be the time as a volunteer, resources through donations, or simply a prayer lifted on behalf of someone you may never meet. By challenging stereotypes, when someone says they don't want to work or they'll never change, you can answer with truth because you know better. Transformation happens when the community shows up. In Columbia, we need you to show up. Dr. King's words remind us that every person deserves dignity, equality, and freedom. At Transitions, we strive to make that vision real, one person, one step at a time. I'm grateful to be here with you this morning because together we can continue this work. Together we can ensure that our unhoused neighbors are not unseen. And together we can create a Columbia where everyone has a place to call home. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you.
So now we're sharing our abundance, and as you've heard earlier, this congregation proudly participates in our Michael Sullivan Share the Plate initiative, where half of our monthly cash collection is donated to a local charity. It's our way of giving back and supporting our community. This month's recipient, chosen last year by our congregation, is Palmetto Place Children and Youth Services. So if you'd like to contribute to Share the Plate, please write Share the Plate in the memo line of your check or on your donation envelope. And thank you for your generosity.
Our offertory music selection is different than what's listed in the order of service. We'll be playing Joel Collier's Andante Semplice from his Sonata for Euphonium.
Okay. And would the ushers please come forward? Thank you. That's wonderful. We sincerely appreciate these gifts, which reflect the generosity and kindness of our community. So Lizzy, will you please join me at the podium now? Okay. As we continue to focus on our values of justice, equity, and transformation, I am happy to welcome Lizzy Van Harn from More Justice. Lizzy Van Harn is the Executive Director and Lead Organizer at More Justice. A proud Michigander like our Anna, she graduated from Hope College in Holland, Michigan with a degree in social work and Spanish. While studying social work, she learned about the power of faith-based community organizing to transform systems that are set up to work against people, and then moved to Columbia to do just that.
Good morning. Again, my name is Lizzy Van Harn, and I am let me figure out where to put this. There, that's good. I'm the Executive Director and Lead Organizer of More Justice, and I'm honored to have been invited to speak today, and particularly because there is a potluck this week. My prompt today was to talk about how Unitarian Universalist values are in line with More Justice's values. In the last week, I've been asking myself, how am I going to do that in a clear, interesting, engaging way in less than 10 minutes? And I mean, the obvious value for me to talk about more deeply would be justice, but that feels a little too on the nose. I reflected on the descriptions for each UU value, and one word kept coming to mind, in addition to love, that ties them all together: community. This year has been a roller coaster with some high highs and some low lows. In my own life, in my loved ones' lives, in the world, there is a lot to process. Can anyone relate? We all cope in different ways, and personally, my way of coping is to isolate myself and exist in denial that anything is wrong. Does anyone want to admit that they can relate to that one? That instinct to be alone is a big contrast to my deep value of community. The isolation instinct is how in this society we are often trained to cope with hard things, to keep our emotions to ourselves, minimize our experiences, and assume that others would either judge or not care about our stories. And that feels pretty bad and selfish and lonely. Yet the phrase, "it takes a village," exists for a reason. It applies to much more than raising a child, or for me, raising 2 chihuahuas. It takes a village to experience the best and navigate the worst in life. There's a reason we come together in a group to celebrate birthdays and holidays, and there's also a reason we come together after a shared trauma or loss. One of the clearest ways that I have seen the power of community and the exhaustion of isolation is in moving. I have lived in Columbia since 2019 and have lived in 5 different houses. I'll spare you all the specifics, but each move has been very different. When I moved at the beginning of COVID, I had very few belongings, and I moved with just the help of my dad. I moved another time with a team of 7 friends, and that was the easiest move. And this time, just 6 weeks ago, my fiance and I cast a wide net and asked over 30 people if they could help with our move. We had about 10 folks say they could help for at least part of the time. And then we got to moving day. One of our friends was sick, one had a sick child, one unexpectedly needed to work, and a bunch of people just flaked and we never heard from them. One person showed up to help me and my partner move from a 3-bedroom house. It was horrible. For over 6 hours in the mid-July South Carolina heat and humidity, we worked. After everything was unloaded and I returned the U-Haul, I just collapsed on my unmade mattress on the floor. Carrying the weight of all of our furniture and resenting my friends for not being there when we needed them was exhausting. Not having a community when hurting is exhausting. In this case, it was physically hurting from carrying so many boxes, but this concept applies to emotional hurt too. Carrying the weight of powerlessness, helplessness, oppression, and injustice, that is also exhausting. Many people here might relate to the heavy feeling of seeing another heartbreaking headline. Notices of the housing crisis getting even worse, another shooting in the county, starving kids and starving adults. Every year, More Justice has our big direct action event, which we call the Nehemiah Action. Direct action is direct. It is going right to the source instead of more indirect actions like voting or lobbying, and differs from direct service in that the ultimate goal of direct action is to eliminate the need for direct service. Think, what if there was no need to gather people to feed the unhoused? No need for tutoring kids in reading because their school doesn't have enough resources. No need to have a hat and scarf drive just to get through the colder months. This year, More Justice had our 8th Nehemiah Action Assembly, where over 500 people from over 25 congregations in Richland and Lexington counties rallied to ask for clear, measurable commitments from the public officials who are supposed to represent us, the people. We asked Columbia City Council members to continue to fund a mobile grocery store that stops throughout the most food insecure neighborhoods in the Midlands. We asked Richland County Council members to support funding a policy that has the potential to create hundreds of new units of affordable housing each year. We asked state representatives to co-sponsor a bill that seals eviction records that right now stay on a person's record forever and prevent them from getting housing, a loan, or a job. And we also celebrated our very first Nehemiah Action, which was in 2018, where we asked City of Columbia Police Chief Holbrook and Richland County Sheriff Lott to certify all of their officers and deputies in crisis intervention training. Crisis intervention training teaches law enforcement officers how to respond to someone who is in a mental health crisis. That year, in 2018, there were fewer than 50 officers who were certified between both departments, and now there are over 300. Yeah, you can clap. We have experienced in a tangible way how when we get together, we can get stuff done. When we get together, we have a greater source of hope for our community and for our world. Building a community with shared values for equity and fairness also creates a strong foundation for transformative relationships. If it weren't for the work of More Justice and people coming together as a community, a rabbi and an AME pastor wouldn't have become great friends who preach at each other's congregations. An AME, United Methodist, Lutheran, and Black Baptist church wouldn't combine worship services several times a year to celebrate diversity and take action together. A religiously ambiguous community organizer, me, would not be invited to speak at a Unitarian Universalist congregation where I've gotten to know people who are ready to act and give me cookies when I visit their homes. When we build relationships with each other, share the weight, combine our power, we get energized and build the momentum we need to make some serious systemic change. We create true community, and community is hope and love and justice. If we are going to transform our lives, our community, our world, we have to do it together. It is up to each of us if we take on the weight of the world, or if we lean into interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity to build people power and create change. I am proud to be part of More Justice, where we are doing just that and showing each other in our community that, as Dr. Cornel West said, justice is what love looks like in public. Thank you.
Our closing hymn is in the teal hymnal. It's number 1057, Go Lift It Up. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join in singing.
I have 2 quotes for our closing words today. First, from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." And the second, by Helen Keller, "Alone we can do little, together we can do so much."
As we extinguish this chalice, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet together again.
I invite you to rise and join in singing our congregational benediction. The words are in your order of service.
Two announcements. First, please join us in our social hall for our 5th Sunday potluck. There's always plenty for everyone. And second, tomorrow there will be a rally for Labor Day at the State House from 11 to 12, followed by a march down Main Street. And several of us will be participating, and you can see Kevin after the service for more information. Thanks again to our guest speakers, Calleen and Lizzy, and to our musicians, Anna and David and Kevin. And welcome again to our visitors. We're so glad you're here. Our time together has come to a close. Before you leave, please take a few minutes to welcome our visitors and greet those around you. And see you next week. Okay? Oh, what? Oh, something was there. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to ask forgiveness rather than permission. I'm Melody. I'm a co-chair of the Personnel Committee. This is my counterpart, Tom Clements. If y'all don't know who Tom is, this is him. He's my co-chair on Personnel Committee. We're here to appeal to you about the positions that we have open. So Tom is going to take the lead real quickly about the bookkeeper's position.
Thank you for bearing with us just for a couple of minutes. If you were at the service last week, or if you looked at the e-blast, you'll know that we are absent 2 employees, or one of them is leaving soon, the director of religious exploration. But our bookkeeper quit at the first of last week rather abruptly. So we are now in the hiring process for both of these positions, and we need your help in identifying people. If you go to the UUCC homepage, there's links right from the front page, and it goes to the PDF for the job announcements for both positions. We've got the both of them on Indeed. We actually have some applications, but if you'll recall last year when we hired the bookkeeper, it was a struggle. I think we have some people we could possibly interview, but please, as George Johnson, our board chair, said, think deep about people you interact with, the people who work at your home or somewhere else. Ask them who does their books for them. Maybe it's somebody who's looking for different accounts. This particular job is 15 hours a week. But please share this with anybody you might know or anybody you might encounter. It would be appreciated. Thank you.
And I am going to appeal to you as well for the DRE position. The big push right now is to fill our bookkeeper position because we want Michelle to go on vacation with Dawn the way they planned, okay? And so that's the push right now. But y'all, I was sitting here listening to some of the heartache that is going on in our world right now, some of the remembrances of what has gone on in the past that we carry 20 years later, all those things that happen. One thing that we can do is to take care of our kids. And we need to be able to do that with a good DRE in position. And so this is our challenge right now as well, is to find somebody to help us do that. We have a kick-ass program in place for this year. And this is just one more obstacle that we need to get over. But I'm going to be like Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. We're going to put our thinking caps on. Okay, that fell flat. Anyway, so, and think of someone, think of anybody who might be able to take on this position with enthusiasm and love and caring for the kids that we have in this congregation, because they're our future. Just like these young people that are right here in front of us today. They're our future. They're our contribution to our future. So think about that, okay? Website, the DRE and the bookkeeper positions are there. Now, let's go eat, okay?